My name is Megan Ellison, and my capstone project focuses on fieldwork remediation for OTD students, specifically targeting soft skills like professional communication, conflict resolution, and ethical reasoning. These skills are often more difficult to teach directly and even harder to apply under pressure in clinical settings, but they're fundamental to OT, where success depends just as much on therapeutic relationships and ethical decision making as it does a technical skill. This project was completed through the EKU OTD program and is designed to support students who struggle with professional behaviors during fieldwork. One key finding from my literature review was that self-reflection is one of the most effective tools for learning during fieldwork, and students in one study reported noticeable growth in their professional behaviors over time. They reflected on their experiences and saw increased confidence, stronger communication, and better use of clinical reasoning. Positive qualitative feedback also highlighted how students felt affirmed and more aware of their growth after fieldwork. And because of that, structured self-reflection became a core feature of every component I developed. The overall goal of this project was to help students build confidence, communication, and accountability through supportive and research-informed strategies. I developed 2 interactive remediation modules posted onto Canvas focused on professional communication and conflict resolution. Alongside those, I also created fact sheets, self-reflection worksheets, flowcharts, and then within each presentation, there are questions and real-world case studies along with visuals. A QR code is included for easy access to the communication module. The interactive components are posted into Canvas to support engagement and active learning. All materials are also developed through a shared Google Drive that I can share with each student, making them accessible for both remediation and proactive skill building. And one key feature is the Guide to Conflict Management for OT Students, based on a study from the Journal of Occupational Therapy Education. It covers why conflict management is essential in OT, the role of self-awareness, and being emotionally intelligent, how experimental strategies like role play can help students feel more confident managing conflict. These students in these workshops reported higher comfort and readiness during level 2 fieldwork, aligning with OT's emphasis on therapeutic use of self. Another tool is a documentation with a purpose worksheet, which helps students write clear, client-centered SOAP notes that includes 2 case studies, one with poor documentation and one with strong clinical communication. Students are guided to ask, does this note clearly convey what happened? Would another OT understand my plan of care? Does this support safe, collaborative, and ethical care? And in the second case, students can see how to adapt communication for a client with expressive aphasia while keeping professional tone and clarity. And this reinforces that documentation is a form of communication, and when done well, it promotes safety, interprofessional trust, and continuity of care. All project materials were developed using the OTPF4 and the FWPE to directly support how students are assessed during fieldwork. And to even further shape real-world relevance, I hosted a forum with clinical educators to learn about the professional challenges they see most often in students. I also collaborated with my peers to understand and collect any important information about fieldwork remediation and have them give advice to future P3 students. I also incorporated Miller's pyramid, which describes competence as moving from knows to knows how to shows how to ultimately does. In this project, the model helped me structure learning progression from knowledge building to real-world application, emphasizing that competence isn't abstract, it's embedded in authenticity and clinical practice. This project demonstrates that communication and interprofessional skills are essential for clinical success and reflect OT core values like collaboration, therapeutic rapport, accountability within your role, and therapeutic use of self. And by addressing soft skills early and intentionally, these modules support the development of confident, resilient, and reflective practitioners and remind us that professionalism is just as crucial as a clinical skill. A QR code is also included for my references, and I hope that these tools continue to support OT students as they grow into capable, thoughtful clinicians, ultimately helping to elevate the standard of care in our profession. Thank you.